What's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another TV show review on The Walking Dead TV show, Season 3, Episode 6. I believe this is Episode 6 I'm talking about right now. I haven't been consistent with these reviews. Sorry, I really haven't. But anyway, and I gave a bunch of spoilers in them and everything. As you guys may or may not know, Walking Dead is my favorite comic book out there. And this is actually not technically it's not my favorite TV show. Breaking Bad is my favorite TV show, but I do love this show, and I just thought it was awesome. So, again, spoiler alert, this episode aired last night, and the episode before that ended with Rick going apeshit because Lori died, okay? And he just went to go kill a bunch of walkers and everything, and then the phone rings. Now this is a very chilling thing that happens in the book that I love that they brought it into this TV show, is that there's this old black rotary phone that Rick finds. It's actually, Rick finds it in a house in the comics, but you know, it's in the prison over here, and he basically just hears the phone ring and he picks up and he says hello. And then the episode ends. So the way that episode ended, I was like, oh my god, they brought the phone! I never got so excited for a phone, man! And so I just thought it was so cool. This episode starts out with him on the phone talking to a voice. It's a female voice, and just talking about where they were and is it safe, and he's trying to get over there. And eventually, you know, you figure out that it's all the people from the group that have passed, and Rick is just literally just lost his fucking mind, dude. So, you know, I thought that was very cool. That not as cool as it was in the comics. In the comics, it's just a little bit better because he doesn't know, he really has no idea who's on the other end of the phone, and he's talking to the person for a long time. And then later on he realizes that it's actually Lori. And at one point in this TV show, yeah, he ends up talking to Lori over the phone when it's just in his head. And this was good too. It's still very chilling too. I geeked out. I liked it. But the way it was done in the book, better. I just have to say it was better. Because first off, you don't hear the voices, so you don't know who's on the other side for real. So when you do find out that he's talking to Lori, it's much more of a shock. So just, you know, in the form of that medium of reading, it's just a better experience overall. You get what I'm saying? And plus, it goes on for longer. Now, I don't know what's going to happen after this, because what happens in the comics, which is great, is he realizes that it's Lori, right? Oh, the way they find out, he finds out that he's lost his mind too, is that the phone isn't plugged into anything. In the show, you definitely see the cord running along and it's plugged into something, but you don't really know if it's actually plugged into a wall or not, and the phone lines probably aren't working, so that's all kind of, I guess, self-explanatory in the show. But in the comic, he sees that the cord's not plugged into anything at all. He realizes that it's Lori, and he takes the phone along with him. And every now and then when he's sad or he's got a moment alone, he'll pick up the phone and talk to Lori. So that I liked a lot. I mean, it's just a little bit crazier. So that was a really cool thing. That was a highlight for me, was the fucking phone. You know, I loved the phone. Another couple of things that happen are Carol gets found by Daryl. That part I didn't really like so much in the episode, because Daryl and Carl are going in and cleaning the areas out and stuff, and they see there's this door that's kind of moving, and he's like, oh, this walker doesn't have much left in it, and we'll come back later on our way out. And then eventually they find the knife. That Carol's knife is inside the neck of one of the walkers, so Daryl knows that Carol's around there somewhere. And he thinks that behind that door that he originally saw was Carol. And he's waiting for hella long, and I don't really get it, because the door is kind of moving back and forth like there's a walker kind of pushing up against it. But when he finally decides to open the door, and he really didn't want to open the door because, you know, he cares for Carol. You know, he really does. Not in a sexual way, though, because previously, you know, she kind of throws some hints at him, and he's like, stop, you know what I mean? And I don't blame him, you know what I mean? I wouldn't tax it, you know, I wouldn't tax it either. That's no go. But comic book Carol, though, seemed like she would, you know. Anyway, he finally, he doesn't want to open the door because he doesn't want to kill zombie Carol, and he opens the door, and she's just sitting there like that, and she's perfectly fine and everything. Well, she's exhausted as hell, but it's kind of weird that she just seemed like she was just completely drained sitting there, but the whole time like the door is moving, so I don't know if it was air or something, but it just didn't add up in my mind. I was like, what? Kind of weird. Anyway, there's a cool moment. Daryl and Carl are talking about how their moms died. Daryl's mother died in a fire and everything, and she got burned to nothing, and Carl's like, well, you know, I had to shoot my mom in the head. It was a very real experience for me and everything. So this kid, you know, has been through a lot. Really cool thing, too, that's going on is a story with the governor. And now Michonne and Andrea, who don't really like that actress who plays Andrea so much. I don't really like her. I just don't. I just think that she's... Yeah, her facial expressions, the way she talks, I just don't like her. You know, you ever have that have that happen to somebody where you just don't like them? I've had it happen to me plenty of times where I make these videos. There's just people that don't like my face. It happens. Sometimes you just don't like somebody. You know what I mean? It happens. Oh well. Anyway, don't like the way she's playing Andrea, and not just the way she's playing Andrea. I just don't like the actress. I'm sorry. Anyway, Michonne leaves. Andrea stays. And then so her and the governor kind of get this relationship going on. Now in the meantime, Meryl from season 1 was just crazy. We're seeing Meryl come back. He's going after Michonne with these 2 other guys, and this happens at the beginning of the episode. It was just really cool. They come after her, and they're hunting her, but Michonne's the one who's actually really hunting them. And yeah, so she hacks up 2 of the guys real fast. Basically, Meryl gets a bullet in her, and Sean's ruined. But one thing that was really, really cool, I just love how gruesome it gets. And man, I am still shocked with how much violence they're able to put on TV shows, but no female nipples. What the fuck is up with that, man? You can show that Sean cuts this guy's head off, and then there's body parts laying around. She leaves what do you call it? A zombie-gram or something like that, where she wrote "go back" in body parts. It was just, so nasty. And there's this other scene where Michonne's, has a zombie coming after her, and she's on the ground on her back, and she just cuts the guts open, and it just comes spilling out, splashing all over her. So nasty. They show all this grotesque stuff, but no nipples. God forbid somebody gets a boner, man. Like, seriously, what the fuck? I mean, for little kids and everything, it's like, hey, if little kids could see this, but they can't see a nipple, okay, I digest. I'm going off topic here anyway. Good pizza. And anyway, so basically, Michonne escapes, and Meryl's just on his own. Meryl kills one of the guys that's with him because his buddy wants to, Giraldo or something like that, wants to keep hunting for her. He kills him. So basically, Meryl runs into Maggie and Glenn that are looking for baby formula for the new baby. And then he basically holds them hostage and everything and escapes with the 2 of them. And they go back to the governor's place. Michonne, she grabs the baby formula and stuff and heads back to the prison. So basically, you can see what's going to happen, very similar to the book, is Michonne's going to go back over there. I keep going back between calling her Michonne and Michonne. I used to call her Michonne when I used to read the book, and then I had somebody correct me saying that it's actually pronounced Michonne. And so now I keep calling her Michonne because I was told I said it wrong, but now I'm watching the show and it's Michonne again. So I don't know. I'm just making it up. I'm gonna call her Michonne's. Michonne, yeah, Michonne. I'm gonna make it my own name since everybody else seems to kind of do whatever they want. Anyway, so she's gonna lead them. The episode ends with her coming up to the prison and she's got the baby formula. Another cool thing that they brought back was that since Michonne got drenched in the zombie guts, the zombies don't attack her or anything. So it's very, very cool seeing that she's just up against the gate, surrounded by other zombies that are up at the prison gate too. I thought that was really cool. So you can tell that they're going to do a similar thing where they're going to go back and try to rescue Glenn and Maggie. It was different in the book. It was just Glenn, Michonne, and I forgot. Was there even there was a 3rd person there? I can't remember who it was. Crap. Oh well, I can't remember. But they're going to go back there, and you can tell the governor and Meryl are very interested in the prison as it is. So we're going to see things escalate from there, and we're going to see the governor's true colors really come through even more. Because right now we're seeing the sweet side. He's all banging Andrea and everything, who has a very sexy butt and thigh. You get to see a little bit of that, so that was kind of cool. But, you know, it's very sexy, you know, butt, rump, and everything. But then we also see Governor Butt too, which is kind of funny. Still no female nipples. It's driving me crazy. You could see man butt, but no nipples, man. What the fuck is going on in the world today? Alright, that's my ridiculous review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if I should make more of these, and I will catch you later. Peace.